heads up when we get really close to the end, because I've been known to chatter on beyond my time. Go figure. Well, we're all women pretty much here, so we understand that. So good morning, ladies. Welcome to the Seacoast Women's Week, and I hope you're really enjoying this. I am myself, too, enjoying it, and I hope you're learning some really awesome techniques in de-stressing. So if everybody could just give a clap for everybody that's coming forward. Really awesome job, ladies. Really good to be a part of this. All right, great. So my name is Laurie Wheeler, and I am a homeopathic practitioner and a wellness consultant and teacher. And so I'm going to roll right in on this and waste no time. We're here, you're here, looking for some tips to de-stress. Yes? Okay. Who's got some tips already? Yeah? Good. I know I do. I love the breathing and all that's great. So the thought here is about de-stressing. And so what I always do is when I have to give a talk, I go right to the Webster's Dictionary and take a look at what it is, what's the definition of what I'm going to be speaking on. So I went to the dictionary and I looked up stress. And the word stress means to force or to strain. I thought, wow, that just sounds uncomfortable all in itself. So what I want to do is I want to give you just a little exercise right at this moment and get you out of that really nice de-stressed mode and put you right back into some stress. How's that? Ready for that? All right. So, but I promise you, and I apologize because we've had some great techniques here, but I promise you I will bring you out of the stress mode, okay? And we're going to do this in and out a little bit. So if you would, just kind of put your feet on the floor, okay? Put your paper down or whatever for just a very few seconds. And what I want you to do, and we've been doing the breathing, so this is right in sync, and I see we've got some sync with beach balls here too, Lily. Great job, thought there. If you can just take in a really big, deep breath, I mean as deep as you can possibly imagine. Deep breath. Breath to the point where I want to see some cheeks puff up, okay? Nice rosy cheeks. Breathe it in. Breathe it in. Come on, ladies. Let's go. Breathe it in as deep as you can go. I want to hear it. Listen to that breath. Okay, great. Now hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Just keep holding it. And so what I want to talk about at this point, what is that, all of 30 seconds? We need some more of you, Lily, out here. So what I want to talk about is how uncomfortable is that? Do it again just for a moment, okay, if you would. Deep breath in, okay? Then I'm going to let you just breathe in a natural way. But just feel how uncomfortable is that feeling in your body. And not only is it uncomfortable in your body, but you begin to think in your mind, I wish she'd shut up so I could breathe again, because it's that uncomfortable. So not only is it expressing discomfort and stress, force and strain in your physical body, but your mind begins to go at it also. You start thinking, my gosh, she talks too much and I need to breathe here, okay? So now we've had a little understanding of what it's like to feel a little stress in our bodies. So now what I want to do for the first thought process here is I want to talk about focus. And focus is one of my de-stressing tips. So first we're going to get into a bit of a focus or a concept of focus. And I want everybody to kind of get themselves in their car. So you're in your seat, pretend you're in the car. Put your hands on the steering wheel. Okay, both hands on the steering wheel. No cell phones going on, okay? And you're driving along. You're going to school. You're going to work. You're going to Aunt Tilly's house for a birthday party. You're taking the kids to school. Wherever you're going, okay? And you're focused. You're watching traffic and, people walking by and the birds are flying. And it's just, you're really focused on where you're going. And suddenly, look over there. Big sign, huge sign. Macy's one-day sale, 80% off everything in the store. And where does your mind go? Vroom, right there. And now the mind starts going, and you're thinking, wow, Sally needs a pair of shoes. I need a new pair of high heels for work. I could use some linens for the bathroom. My sheets are all shredded. Aunt Tilly, I need a birthday gift for Aunt Tilly. Oh my gosh, and the mind is going. And then you're thinking, oh my goodness, where am I going to get the money for this? Let's see, what bill am I not going to pay this month to go to Macy's one-day sale, okay? And your mind's thinking, well, I don't know, my husband, I shouldn't mention this to my husband. Where can I put that money? How am I going to get the money to buy all this? But you know, then it starts thinking like, okay, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Maybe this is not a really good idea because, you know, I hear we're in a recession. I've got to be careful with my money. And, you know, and your mind starts going. You begin to start allowing your fear begins to creep in. And the reason for that is you have taken your mind off of your focus, okay, and on to something else within a split second, okay? Went from there to there. And then it began to get on a roll, okay? And in that roll, your mind starts to wander, okay? And you're beginning to think, and the fear begins to creep in. And when fear begins to creep in, I don't know how to. I don't know if I can. I'm not. All the negative begins to come in. All right, and then we've lost our focus, we begin to lose our hope, and we begin to lose our motivation. So let's come out of this de-stress mode for just a moment and out of our cars and back into our seats here, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the beach ball, all right, and I'm going to throw it around because what I want to do is bring us back into a focus. So I'm just going to throw it out into the crowd, and you're going to just pass it along, just bounce it. That's it, just like we're playing beach ball on the beach with some really nice-looking Chippendale guys. That's it, force, ladies, all right. That's it, watch the ball, all right, keep your eye on the ball. Great. Just, woo, look at that. All right. Great. Keep that ball going. And so as we're keeping the ball going, where is our focus? Were you thinking about Macy's sale? Were you thinking about where you were driving to? We were focused just for this few moments, eye on the ball, right? Okay, you can let that ball go. We're just having too much fun with that. So the concept here is about focus, and it's about where is your focus, okay? And we know that when we take our eye off the ball and we begin to look at something else, like a Macy's Day sign, our mind goes off in other directions, and we allow negative thought process because our eye is not on our focus. One of the greatest tips for de-stressing is to keep your eye on what you're focused on, okay? Negative does not have the room to come in, because the mind thinks of one thought at a time. One thought. Now it chatters all day and it chatters all night while we're sleeping, but one thought at a time. So if you're focused on the ball, okay, you are not focused on negative coming in. You are focused on what's going on at hand. The same with the drive, but there goes the sign. So I want to bring us into a little stress and de-stress for us, a little experience here. So everybody feet on the ground, okay? We're going to do a little imagining exercise. I love imagining. I love imagination. I was an artist for many, many years and took my business right into commercial artistry, and to the point where I would paint murals on walls in restaurants and that. And I started out one day when my son was a baby, deciding I needed just something for myself. This was my fourth child that was born. And so just needed something for myself, and I started to play with a paintbrush and realized, like, oh, maybe I'm just having some fun with this, and for no good reason except just to have some fun. And developed a flow with the brush and began to paint, and then people would say, wow, I'd like to buy a painting. Wow, could you paint this? Wow, could you come and paint that? And took it into commercial artistry, and before I knew it, I was painting huge murals on walls, okay? And what I learned in that business many years ago was my life is a canvas, and I get to paint what I want any given day of my life. So we're going to walk into just a little de-stressing at this moment, or a little stress and then de-stressing. So feet on the ground, okay? And if you could, please, just close your eyes, all right? And just a couple nice breaths in. Get into a bit of just a relax mode for a moment, if you could. All right, and I want you to I want you to think of some negative thought that is your negative thought that you own. It's yours, ladies. You know what it is. I can't, I'm not, I'm no good at, it won't happen. Something in a negative tone, okay? Just a thought. Doesn't have to be a core, 20 years of therapy thought. It's just a real simple thought, okay? All right. And so here's an example. Like as if you wanted to climb Mount Everest. And you imagine Mount Everest in front of you. And you're standing looking at that big mountain. You're saying, I can't climb Mount Everest. I don't have the right boots on. So this kind of a concept, okay? So imagine this in your mind's eye, okay? And in your mind's eye, this is in sort of a form of a block of ice. And in this block of ice, you've got this thought and this feeling and this image. Now watch this as it begins to melt in your body, in your mind's eye. What we're going to do is bring it down all the way through the body. So begin by in your mind's eye, bringing it on down. Okay, so allow it to begin to drip and melt and bring it on down. Now it's making its way down through the sinus, in the back of the throat. And while you're doing this, you're feeling that you're going to just be letting go of this. This is melting, sort of like the Wizard of Oz witch. I'm melting. It's melting down the back of your throat. Taking note how good this feels to kind of just let this melt on down. Down through the chest and out of the arms, into the stomach area and down through the pelvic region. Just watch it melting. It's leaving your body in a slow, gentle way. Making your way down through the legs, down through the knees. That's right. You're doing good. And just watch it. Take note how good it feels. Down through the knees, down through the calves and the ankles, down into the feet. And now let it just come out the bottom of your feet and melt into the ground. And so it's left your body. Just keep your eyes closed, and in this relaxed mode, you've now let go of this thought process and this negative out of your system. Take note of that. It has left your system. And so now what we do is we always fill up after we've emptied out. So now we're going to think of a positive. What's the positive thought to the negative that you just let go of? I am, I can, I will, I'm going to. It's all about the I, ladies. And if you will, get that thought and imagery together, something simple, and feel the warmth on the bottom of your feet. And now this is much the way like walking on a warm, sandy beach on a warm summer's day. We all know what that feels like. How comfortable that feels to have that warmth on the bottom of your feet. And now we're walking, feeling this warmth. And now let's draw this up through the bottom of our feet. Bring this thought, this positive thought on up through with this warmth, like a dry sponge soaking it in, bringing it up through your legs, through your knees, noting how good this feels in your body. Oh, so delicious. Bring it in through your knees and up through your thighs and through your pelvis. Taking note in the energy of creation area of the body. This feels so good. I can. I am. I will. Bringing it up into the abdomen and the stomach. And bring it into the chest. And it feels so warm and delicious there. Making its way up to the throat. and the neck, feeling it in your arms all the way out to your fingertips and up through the back of your neck and in your mouth and throat where you speak your word and truth, bringing it up into the back of your head, all through your sinus cavities, behind your eyes, how you see life, right up to the very top of your head. And now if you will, just be with this for just a moment, taking note of how good this positive feeling feels in your body, that at any time you can recall this back into you, and you can do this anywhere at any time, this exercise. It takes only a few minutes. You can do it on the toilet. You can do it while you're waiting in your car. You can do it anywhere. And you can recall this. And the most fun with this exercise is to begin to do it over and over again and see how long you can have this experience last in your bodies. Ladies, you can open your eyes now. Just take a nice deep breath in and feel in every part of you, I feel great. This is me. This is truly me. And I feel myself in my body, how good this feels. So we're going to come to an end here because I know we're running right at the time. And I just want to offer you some thoughts here before I leave. One, if anybody is interested in any other techniques of de-stressing, I'm going to ask you if you can pick up a flyer or a card from my website. Email me. I'll be glad to send you out my monthly little email that I send out. Second, I do other workshops in the area, and so if you check my website, there are ongoing workshops available, or if you know of anyone that would like to put one together. Third, I am going to be hosting a community radio program once a week on wellness for mind and body, and that's coming to Portsmouth Radio at 106.1. It'll be on Wednesdays between 12 to 1. We're not exactly when it'll be released yet, probably in about a month, so if you check my website out, the details will be there. The links will be there on a weekly basis. If you can't tune in for the live program, it'll be streamed on the internet, and you can certainly pick it up there in the link on my website. Fourth, I offer a 20-minute free homeopathic consult for anybody who's interested in learning about more on how to de-stress and work through any kind of chronic conditions that you might have that homeopathy can help you. And last, I would like to say, ladies, thank you so much for sharing some time in de-stressing. I hope you enjoy your day today. And I'm going to leave you with a song that's very special to my heart and my husband's also, and sometimes brings a tear to my eye. And I hope that you'll listen to the lyrics, but it's an awesome song. So I'm just going to leave you with this, and if you feel like clapping or whatever, go for it. Great. Thank you.
While we're listening to the music, I just want to extend a thank. Laurie, don't go anywhere.
Okay.
Another round of applause for all of our speakers, because I've heard a lot of laughter, and I certainly enjoyed the meeting.
Thank you.
I just want to thank you very, very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
And
you.
Lily, thank you.
Just going to take my control.
It's been a wonderful morning and not enough time, but I'm sure there's a lot of information here. Thank you very much.
Hi, Laurie. I work with Daryl.
You too.
I work in the... Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you. Thanks.
Is this yours?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I was just gonna. You know what? Yeah, let me. Let me put it on the back table so people. Thank you, Deborah. I forgot it was under your seat.
That was great.
Oh, thanks, Jay. Thank you. Don't worry about it. It was just right. It was just right. No problem. We got it all in. That's all that matters, right?
And the music is a nice transition.
Great, great. What happened? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it's got probably a smudge. Hi. You want to start it again, see if it'll...
Claudia.
Hi, Claudia.
I work at Daryl's. I do massage therapy.
You do? I've met more people that's been at Daryl's studio there.
Yeah,
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Great.
And I loved your talk.
Thank
and
you.
It was just enough of a snippet to figure out who you are and what you do.
Great.
And it sounds like you've got a lot going on.
I have a lot going on.
But
Stress.
But at some point, I'd love to meet with you, and maybe even where you said you offer workshops on a smaller basis to have, maybe I'll even in my office put a sign-up sheet if anybody is interested.
Sounds
just to
great.
see.
Yeah, we can put something together if you'd like to. Take a card of mine at the table, email me, and we'll put something together over the next whatever period of time. That sounds good. Thanks so much. All right.
I wanted to get a picture of that seacoast. I've taken a picture of that straight up.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Where we go? I'll be right back. Hi. Great job. Beautiful. Enjoyed sharing time with you. You're always such a wonderful person to share time with. I know. But we'll do it again. Yeah. And I'm going to keep you in mind for if I do some group things. I've always got you in my mind because I think what we do is a nice blend. And even Deborah with her breath work, I think it's a nice, all eclectic. It really pulls it together and gives a nice experience.
Take it on the road.